Samir al Altaqi is the director of Orient Research Center for Political Studies based in Dubai. He joins me now, so good to speak to you. First of all, the retake of airbase Tabqa by US-led coalition fighters, what significance does it have in the fight against Daesh?
I think it's important, in spite the fact that actually the ISIS do not really rely very much on keeping their hands on open areas like airports. This airport will supply the coalition, the French and the Americans and their allies, the Kurds, will have a kind of a military platform from which they can wedge new kind of attacks. So, but it's not a very big achievement. It's quite normal, and I think ISIS didn't have a big interest in keeping the airport, because usually they would like, generally speaking, to stay in cities, in populated areas, in much more difficult. They don't rely on open areas.
Tabqa is said to be the key to the center and the Euphrates Dam. So what is the importance of the dam, though? Also, some are saying that the dam might collapse and people are panicking. Is this just rumors to move people out of the town by Daesh?
Yes, because since more than 4 years, the dam there hadn't been any technical assistance to try to make a maintenance for the dam. And if this continues, there will be quite important repercussions, including the fact that at least the production of electricity will stop in it. So in spite the occupation by ISIS, there had been a certain, some technical people who used to enter to the dam and try to repair something there, the electrical machines there. But at the end of the day, the dam itself needs a major maintenance operation. And if this doesn't happen, we will begin to witness some leakage in different parts of the dam itself.
And the retake of Tabqa, what does it mean in the advance of Raqqa to fight against Daesh?
It is quite important because Tabqa is practically the original village where the dam was built. There are still many Syrians living there, civilians living there. But Raqqa still is a stronghold, very much well defended. And we'll see something similar to what's happening now in Mosul, actually. Killing of civilians, killing of children and women. And we are beginning. Lately, the Americans were continuing, and the regime were continuing to play the ping-pong exchange of blaming about killing the civilians. And this is, at the end of the day, the civilians are those who are paying the price of this.
And second group of people are being evacuated from homes, and these are the largest evacuations so far. Has this agreement reached with the regime restoring some of the damage? Is it being useful? And is there enough humanitarian aid for the evacuees?
If you think that it is useful to siege people for 4 years and keep them hungry, fasting, really a kind of a real humanitarian catastrophe. And now it's a kind of alleviated surrender, practically. The regime is allowing those people to be displaced, which is in itself a war crime. Those civilians are forced to leave because they are afraid to be from revenge of the regime, from the families of fighters. And that's why they are forced to leave. Actually, this is a humanitarian side of it, but at the end of the day, there is nothing useful here. The fact that pushing civilians to surrender as the city, the Al-War area, to surrender under the pressure of siege, of famine, and then say that we are doing something humanitarian, it's quite questionable.
That's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us here on TRT World. Samir al Altaqi, the director of Orient Research Center for Political Studies in Dubai.